Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Calvin Tobin Show. I am your host, Calvin Tobin. Today we have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. Oh right, the Dallas Cowboys have been making some big moves, and they have a bright future to look forward to on defense next year. And with that bright future, Minnesota also took a hit in losing Anthony Barr, so Minnesota's got a lot of work to put around in that defense as they lost a great player. Now, when the Dallas Cowboys in their division, the NFC East, it's always between them and the Philadelphia Eagles battling it out year after year, and it's always between those two as of the last few years on who is going to win that division. Now for me, I got the Dallas Cowboys repeating as NFC East division champs because, for one, they got the second easiest schedule in the entire NFL, and their average opponent win percentage is 46%. That's pretty easy to me. And now, but during that schedule, there are about 4 or 5 games where they're going to have to really battle it out against playoff teams. And these challenges are going to determine how good they really are. And these challenges that they got to face is the Cincinnati Bengals, the LA Rams, the Green Bay Packers, the Indianapolis Colts, and the Tennessee Titans. Those guys are their toughest challenges. And if Dallas can get past and win against some of these teams, that will show us that they can go farther than all of us might determine that they will go. But here's the thing. Instead of the offense being in the spotlight this year, it's actually going to be the defense, because that defense has DeMarcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons, Leighton Vander Esch, Anthony Barr, Trayvon Diggs, and Dante Fowler Jr. Now, the Dallas Cowboys defense got better on paper, but can they back it up? And they might need to back it up a lot more than they're expecting to, because the Dallas Cowboys offense just lost Amari Cooper to the Cleveland Browns, and now CeeDee Lamb is going to be the true #1 wide receiver, and there's no issue that he's going to live up to that expectation, because last year he was the leading receiver in yards with 1,100. So can he keep up that consistency? Can he repeat it with another 1,000 yards? Now, with that defense, they were ranked number 7. They were the number 7th defense ranked in the entire NFL last year. And with the addition of Anthony Barr, they have a chance to have one of the, if not the best, linebacker trio in the entire NFL. And Anthony Barr had a solid career at Minnesota as he had 335 tackles, 17.5 sacks, and 5 interceptions. He went from one great linebacker group to another. Now let's see if the Dallas Cowboys can be better than last year. But it's going to be harder to be better than 7, because 7 is a very high number. And because they were so high, it was with the youngsters leading the way, as Trayvon Diggs had 11 interceptions and Micah Parsons had 13 sacks. When it comes to these youngsters, these guys have a bright future and is going to lead the Dallas Cowboys to the playoffs year after year. But this is all on Dak Prescott. How is he going to adjust to his new offense as he lost a weapon? Because the biggest thing is that with Amari Cooper being gone, his other star that he's been with his entire career, Ezekiel Elliott, continuously puts up worse numbers year after year after year. And like, that is rare to see. You almost never see any type of player at any position who progressively does that. So with that being said, what are the Dallas Cowboys going to show us this year? Now, the Calgary Flames have shown us that they mean business because they had one of the best off seasons so far this year, as they have just re-signed Andrew Mangiapane, and they just traded for Jonathan Huberdeau and Mackenzie Weegar. That is one hell of a offseason, if you ask me. And they just signed last night their new superstar Jonathan Huberdeau to an 8-year, $84 million deal, averaging $10.5 million. And Jonathan Huberdeau is a guy you want to keep around for a long time, and the Flames made sure of it. Now with Huberdeau, he is going to open up this offense by a mile and put them on a whole nother level, because last year he led the league in assists with 85. So with the guys that he has right now, he's going to make the Calgary Flames look unbeatable if he is able to duplicate or even close to match of what he did last year on the assist level. Now, unfortunately, they did lose Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Tkachuk, but they practically matched it by getting superstar Jonathan Huberdeau and getting a new defenseman, Mackenzie Weegar. This team is going to be dangerous for years to come, because Huberdeau has got Lindholm, Coleman, and Mangiapane to pass to. And every once in a while, I'm sure Mackenzie Weegar is going to get some goals himself. The Calgary Flames have got an expectation to live up to, and they could go back-to-back years in winning 50 games, because Daryl Sutter proved he is the coach from now on until he retires, because he is an old guy, so who knows how much longer he is going to coach. But he is one hell of a coach for the Calgary Flames. He got 50 games last year, and right now that is the expectation. And right now he's won a total of 65 games for the Calgary Flames, but it's only 65 is because he came in for the final 30 games of the 2021 season for the Calgary Flames and went 15-15, but just jumped up by a mile going into season 2. The Calgary Flames are going to be dangerous for years to come, and Jonathan Huberdeau is most likely going to be the backbone of it all. Now, the Padres are hoping to keep Juan Soto for years to come, because with the addition of Juan Soto, that's the biggest trade that has been made out of the entire year so far. And it doesn't matter who it is, because Juan Soto is a superstar baseball player. And the Padres, of who they got right now, they're about to be successful for years to come, because with the trio they got, it's hard to argue on who's a better big three on whatever team it is, on who their best three players are, because you can't, like I said, it's hard to argue on who's better than Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Manny Machado all in one lineup. This Padres team is going to be scary for a while, and a World Series is practically guaranteed in their future because of this big three, and they easily have the big three, easily the best big three in baseball right now. And who knows on how much numbers that these are going to but how much numbers these guys are going to pile up, from home runs to RBIs to runs to wins, whatever it is. And with the Padres, their success just jumped to a whole nother level, because with their big three, the pitchers they're going to face, they're in for a rude awakening, because how are you going to be, unless you're like Justin Verlander or Shane McClanahan or Corbin Burns or pitchers like that, it's going to be extremely hard to stop Fernando Tatis Jr., Juan Soto, and Manny Machado all at once. That's going to be the hardest part. Now, their success rate and win rate is about to go up by a mile as well, and they may now lose for a while because Juan Soto's production started off real nice for the Padres as his first couple of games, he got 3 hits, 2 runs, and 2 walks. And with that type of production, and if he can match the production from what he did with the Nationals, the Padres are going to win the World Series in no time. But who knows? Could it be this year? Could it be within the next 3 to 5 years? Who knows when it's going to happen? And we just got to wait till Fernando Tatis Jr. comes back to really see how dynamic this trio is going to be. And as of recently, the Padres just won their 60th game and became the second team in their division to get 60 wins. And right now they have 61, while the Dodgers have 72. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but with the trio they got and with the addition of Juan Soto, there's a chance that the Padres can catch up to the Dodgers. But at the win rate that the Dodgers are going, also now taking the MLB lead in wins over the Yankees, because the Yankees haven't been so successful as of lately. Who knows on who's going to have more wins by the end of the season? Could it be the Yankees? Could it be the Dodgers? Who knows what's going to happen by the end of the season? And the end of the season is always the best part of baseball. Now, I got a question for the San Diego Padres. How many home runs, how many hits, how many RBIs, and how many wins are we going to get from you guys? Because as of right now, I don't see a loss anytime soon if Tatis Jr. was in that lineup right now. Now, with the Dodgers taking over the lead, MLB lead with wins at 72 and 33. That came by the help of the New York Yankees not being at their best ever since the All-Star break. Because since that All-Star break ended, the Yankees have been back and forth on winning and hasn't been as consistent as to what we have seen all year long. And on the other hand, the Dodgers have matched that winning style and have practically nearly kept up with them all year long and now finally surpassed them. Because since the All-Star break has ended, they have been on a winning column like no other. Because they have gone 12-3, outscoring their opponents 89 to 48, and on average in each win they are beating their opponents an average of 6-3. And with the recent sweep of the San Francisco Giants, that's what got them over the hump, and that's what got them the MLB lead in wins with 72 as of what they have right now. And in that Giants series, Mookie Betts was the most dominating player in that series as he got 3 hits, 2 runs, 7 RBIs, and 2 home runs. Mookie Betts dominant as per usual, but here's a question for the most dominant teams and winningest teams in the MLB right now. Who's better, the Yankees or the Dodgers? All right, that's the end of the Calvin Tobin Show. Please subscribe to my channel at Calvin Tobin Show so you don't miss out on any sports media whatsoever. And please follow me on Instagram at Calvin Tobin Show so you don't miss out on any sports news whatsoever. And I'm out.